give you all context. My cousins, who I basically my dad's first cousins, they were basically brothers to him. Um, they were talking about how the property we had in North Carolina from slavery. My grandfather basically inherited property from slavery, and when they would go down to visit the family. This is 1950s, 60s, up to the 60s, and I think maybe I don't even know if in the 70s, but when they're walking along the road, they would have to jump in a ditch if a car was coming by because they didn't know, especially at night, they didn't know if the folks driving down were white folks just looking out to lynch people. So this is like that was like a normal occurrence. You know what I mean? Down south, lynchings were on a regular, and it's just being aware of stuff, knowing people that had to go through this type of stuff. My mom couldn't try on clothes in the store, so you know they went, and she's from Baltimore, so this wasn't even the South South. This is below the Mason-Dixon line, but it wasn't South South. So, um, yeah, it's stuff like that. Um, I know it, and I've been called a nigga and all this other stuff in elementary school, all that stuff because my parents moved us into uh, socially upward communities and trying to show us different experiences. But and I'm light skinned, so and I'm the first Black music professor at American University, and this is
That's crazy.
what was it 2003 2003, and I'm still dealing with stuff. People pulling pictures off of my door just because I have Black artists on the door. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
yeah,
I don't know. I
2003.
don't and see. I don't even know how you dealt with that professor. Like I think about it all. I'm like, I'm not even strong enough to deal with that.
Well, so here's the deal. I mean, you just have to realize, number one, just from a practical standpoint, they do that out of fear, um, and it's also they're not going to touch you. That's why they're doing that because they can't touch you. So um, it's not anything to really be afraid of. It's an annoyance to me, but it's not anything to. I'm not afraid of them. It's shocking, but there's no amygdala that wakes up and I need to run. That's not there. You because you understand the dynamics of what you're dealing with. They'll go to jail. Thankfully, we have laws, but yeah, sometimes if you lash out, you'll be the one blamed. So you have to govern yourself accordingly. You don't act out. You don't do what they would say is the stereotype. You just take the higher road, like Michelle Obama said, take the higher road. It's very difficult, but that's the strength and the resilience that you have in the US. Um, take your breaks, go overseas. That's why you see I go overseas a lot as much as I can because it's such a breath of fresh air to be in a place that's run by Black folks. I mean, it's like, oh, thank God. Okay, I can let down my guard. I can, I can chill. I can do whatever. But then when you come back, you feel it. You feel the energy, and that's just how it is being in the U.S. Now I got folks talking about peacing out, going overseas. Get your passport, go overseas. And I got
Yeah,
frat
because
brother.
everything is red. Everything is red right now.
Mhm.
Like the House is red, Congress is red.
And and if
It's crazy.
and if that helps you, if you can't take it, that's fine, and that's real. And I got a frat brother. He's like he moved to Portugal. He said Portugal is the best place for Black folks. He's over there. That's an irony because that was the first people to do the slave trade, but first Europeans to do the slave trade. First people were, of course, some of the Muslim countries. But yeah, he's actually he has a service of helping folks to be expats, Black folks to be expats.
Where would I find that
You got a
service?
link for that? Right.
Thank you. That's what I'm
Um,
saying.
Because like
um,
I don't know, I just feel like for me, like it's not even just being black, like it's being black and then other things, like that additional thing, and the more of however many more of those things,
mhm,
it's just like I don't know what this is gonna look like. Like I was voting because I wanted to keep like my rights for things that I wanted to do in the
mhm.
future, but then like I'm also somebody who is disabled, like I'm also somebody who's queer, like there's I don't know what my life is gonna look like if
Right.
I'm here,
And that's
you
real.
know.
And that's completely real. And you have, like I said, you have to know your context, know your situation. I'll give you
Also,
some.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of bring a very contradiction because my grandfather is a conservative Republican. He's a black man.
Hmm.
So like dealing with that too, like confuses my mind and then I kind of have like I don't know, I never really felt this way before, it's just it's
So
very strange because yeah, go ahead.
so let me add just one thing, and I'll help you with that. Um, the places that love black people, and you can make a list. Japan, they love black people. Um,
Let me
certain
write this down.
places, certain places, depends on England, because England's kind of. But I would Portugal is cool. I would go with my frat brother on that, Portugal. Um, and of course you can go anywhere in the Caribbean, and you can go in South America. But there's some sketchy things happening. But there's Costa Rica, where a lot of people are going um, for retirement. But I would, if you're trying to be in some type of developed country where you can sort of keep doing what you're doing as a black artist. And lastly, Dubai. If you're a musician, if you were in the arts, they love you and they will pay you. I had a bunch of people go over for residencies over Dubai, make boatloads of money. So um, but Japan really loves black people. Like they really love black people. So if y'all want to go over there and just hang out for 4 years, come on back and then check the climate or go to Portugal or whatever it is, that's fine. Now to address the Republican stuff in your families and the conservative stuff, one of my